Before we start, take note of the placement of the studs on this 6x12. These will be used as markings to show where the different shafts will go later. To start, add a motor shaft onto the 6x12 for your motor. Next, add a 24 tooth gear onto your motor shaft. Do not put a collar on yet. Insert an idler pin into a 1x4 beam as I did. We will attach a second 24 tooth gear to the idler pin and then slide the 1x4 onto the motor shaft with the gear facing the plate. Make sure the 1x4 is able to freely move and then lock in the motor shaft with a collar. Insert a metal cap shaft into the same hole that I did in the video. Slide a 12 tooth gear followed by a collar onto the shaft. I used a wide tooth gear to help with friction, but that is optional if you do not have any. Repeat this step using another metal cap shaft on the same hole as I do in the video. You should now be able to spin both cap shaft gears by turning the motor shaft gear. Insert a 0x3 cap pin into the end of your pneumatic cylinder to connect to the 1x4 beam. Connect a 0.5 pitch standoff and a standoff connector to the bottom of your cylinder to connect it to the plate in the same hole that I did. Now when the pneumatic cylinder is completely retracted, it will spin one 12 tooth gear, and when it is completely extended, it will spin the other 12 tooth gear. To add to the model, you can insert a 0x2 idler pin 2 holes away from the bottom gear. Follow this up with a 36 tooth gear. Now insert a 0x2 idler pin 3 holes away from the other 12 tooth gear and attach a 60 tooth gear. Now when fully extended, the 60 tooth gear will be spun, and when fully retracted, the 36 tooth gear will be spun. Adjust this model to your liking to make your own PTOs.